To the general election, IEBC appears to be on the right track to the March 4th preparations. The Commission has received the second batch of ballot papers for the gubernatorial and senatorial positions. This came as election observers groups set camp in the country to monitor the much-awaited poll. KTN's Asha Mwilu begins our bulletin with these details.
It's the final dash for the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, which is now finalizing its last logistics as it prepares for the home stretch to the March 4th general election. Monday, the electoral agency received the second batch of ballot papers for the gubernatorial and senatorial races countrywide. The ballot papers for the presidential race were already delivered last week, and now the Commission is set to receive those for members of parliament, women representatives, and county wards representatives. At a breakfast meeting held in Nairobi, the Commission's concerns on voter bribery and intimidation took center stage. IEBC Vice Chairperson Lilian Zaja warning anyone with plans to intimidate women aspirants and Kenyans at large during the election season.
The most serious offense is that of bribery. Bribery attracts a 1 million shilling fine or 6 years in prison or both.
The courts, on the other hand, were hearing a petition concerning election observation. IEBC's legal manager Mahmoud Jabane, in an affidavit at the High Court, argued that exit polls to be conducted by election observation groups should not be announced before IEBC's final results are released. The court is set to determine the petition lodged by an activist who wants 11,000 observers, mostly from the EU and the United States, to be blocked. In his argument, Samson Ojiayo claims that the EU and the American government had taken a stand on the Kenyan poll and would not be impartial in their observation. In the meantime, the Elections Observation Group ELOG announced that it will be deploying 7,000 data collectors countrywide on the election day. The group says its team will be sent to polling stations to tabulate the quality of the poll as well as the credibility of the results.
The lowest unit for administration of elections is the polling station, and therefore this is the level at which the well-trained professional observers are deployed to rapidly and systematically collect information.
The East African community also has its own team to observe the Kenyan election. Some 40 representatives of EAC chosen from across the continent will be monitoring the campaigns and the entire electoral process.
Apart from observing elections, will also provide a supportive role that enhances the credibility of the elections.
EAC officials were, however, quick to clarify that the observation is unbiased and that their report will be released after all electoral results and disputes are finalized. Kenya's strategic positioning in Eastern Africa and indeed in the African continent at large is now being seen clearly by the kind of attention that the next general election is sparking from within and outside the continent. And as we've seen, thousands of international and local observers will be in the country starting this week to monitor how the IEBC will handle this crucial election. Asha Mwilu reporting for KTN in Nairobi.